50 geography facts about USA. This is a video many of you guys have requested, and I am happy to oblige because the USA is a country with a fascinating and diverse geography. So, without any further ado, let's dive into these amazing facts. This video will have 50 facts, and USA has 50 states, so that is why there are 50 stars on the USA's flag. Alaska is the country's westernmost and easternmost state. You might be wondering, what? How does it have a connection to the easternmost point if it's not even close? Well, Alaska is the only state that crosses both hemispheres. So, if you look at this image right here, you can see exactly what I mean. The USA is the only country in the world that has all of the Earth's 5 climate zones. The tropical one, the dry one, the temperate, continental, and polar one. So that's why in a part of a country it can be summer, while in the other part of the country there are snowstorms and stuff like that. Guys, look at this. Really? Come on guys, let's subscribe and let's beat the population of the British Virgin Islands. Okay, back to the video now. The USA has more tornadoes than any other country in the world, averaging about 1,200 per year. 3 out of every 4 tornadoes in the world occur in the United States. That is massive. The USA has a town called Hell, which is in Michigan, which freezes every winter. So it kinda makes sense if you know what I mean. Speaking of city names, we have another one and it's called Boring, and it's in Oregon. It has 7,000 people and I just guess it's boring. The USA has the Mississippi River and it is so long that it takes 90 days for a drop of water to travel from its source to its mouth. The USA's highest mountain is located in Alaska and it's called Denali, and it has a height of 20,000 feet, being the tallest mountain in North America. The United States has no official language. Puerto Rico is not a country and shouldn't be confused because it is a simple state of the USA. Americans are the first and only people to walk on the moon. You see this map, right? Well, the red and the orange areas of this map have equal populations. This reminds me of this map. It's still insane that pretty much everyone lives in those areas. Massachusetts is the healthiest state in the US, and meanwhile, the unhealthiest state is Louisiana. But don't take this seriously, okay? Speaking of, I guess, unhealthy food, more than 9 in every 10 Americans have eaten pizza in the last month. That's 93%. According to a report. On any given day in the USA, about 85 million adults, which is 37% of the population, consume fast food. Okay, enough roasting. The USA is one of the most mobile nations in the world. According to a poll, 25% of US adults reported moving within the country in the past 5 years. 90% of Americans use the internet compared to just about 55% of the global population. The USA is home to nearly 45 million immigrants, more than any other country in the world. That is 13% of the US population. The Statue of Liberty was a gift from France to celebrate 100 years of Franco-American friendship. Is that actually true?
Yes.
It is true. Wow, I didn't know that. Now I do. The largest currency in US history was the 10,000 bill, but the government stopped producing them in 1969. Of course, 1969. New York City has a larger GDP than Russia, even though Russia is, listen carefully, 140 times bigger than New York City. So New York City has a GDP of $2.1 trillion compared to $1.7 trillion that Russia has. Now we're gonna talk about a different state, and that is California. California's GDP, which is $3.6 trillion, is larger than India's GDP, which is $3.17 trillion. If California were to be a country, it would have the 5th largest GDP in the world, and that is just California. America has roughly 7 times as many Irish people as Ireland does. Alaska makes up about a 5th of the US inland area, being the largest state in the USA, despite not even having a percent of the population. Speaking of Alaska, America bought Alaska from Russia for $7.2 million. And that happened in 1867. But they got so much resources, so I think that was a great deal for them. But Alaska was actually originally proposed being sold to Liechtenstein. Yes, Liechtenstein, the microstate. Because the Russian Empire was running low on gold and Liechtenstein had a lot of gold, and they were like, give us gold and we will give you Alaska. Imagine that would have actually happened. How would the world look right now? USA ranks number 1 for hosting international students. 5.5% of students choose the USA. But I'm not choosing USA because it is too expensive. And I would rather choose Denmark or Sweden. I will see. Okay, I got it in my personal life. Why am I doing this? Morocco was the first country to recognize the United States. Yes, that is actually true. And it was back in 1768. There are more guns than people in the United States. USA has the most dogs and cats. They have 76 million dogs and also 76.5 million cats. Other countries don't even come close. The next fact shouldn't come to surprise. USA has the most McDonald's with 13,000 locations. Second place is China with just 5,000. But actually, USA has more public libraries than McDonald's restaurants, so big W for that. Alaska has a larger coastline than all of the other 49 states combined. Did you know USA is also technically in Oceania? Yeah, they have Guam and Hawaii, which are territories owned by USA, and they are technically in Oceania. You can sail from the USA to India in a straight line because the world is a globe and not a rectangle. Here's how it would look. Yeah, see? It makes sense now, right? Montpelier, located in Vermont, is the only US state capital without McDonald's, and it also has the smallest capital population with just 8,000 people. The US president tried to buy Greenland from Denmark 3 times, but all of the times they were rejected. Even Trump tried to do that. Most of Canada's population lives below the US northernmost point. And I'm not even talking about Alaska, it's just the mainland of USA. Over 70 million people are obese in the USA, and that is more people than the population of UK. The USA is home to the most active volcano in the world. It is located in Hawaii, and it is the most dangerous one, having erupted continuously since 1983. California is the state with the most McDonald's, having almost 1,500 McDonald's in total. American Samoa, which is a territory of the USA, is just 200 kilometers away from Samoa, but they are living a full day apart, with American Samoa being a day behind. This is so interesting. Look at this. California has a city without rules. It's called Slap City, and I think Mr. Beast was there at some point. And finally, the last fact, this is how aliens see the world map. I know, the best fact ever, but it's accurate. I mean, you only see aliens in the United States and nowhere else. Like, what is this? And that is the end. 1 subscribe equals 1 prayer for the YouTube algorithm. We are so close to 20,000 subscribers, so if you could subscribe right now, that would make my day. Thanks for watching.